Toon shaders and other special effects like sketch filters are very popular in conjunction with 3D software. As a matter of fact, a few years ago, I used a Toon or cell shader on a short film I created called Black Zero Mercenary Ant. It's just a fun way to take your 3D models and turn it into the Japanese anime style look and feel. So let's go ahead and take a look at how we can do that. Now, the first thing we need to do is go to our render settings, and we're going to choose the effect button. And from here, we're going to choose not the cell renderer, but for now, we're going to choose the one that actually has sketch and Toon in it. A lot of options in here, but the thing you'll notice right away if you're paying attention is that we are given in our materials manager an actual material ready to go, which means we don't really have to do anything else if we don't want to, except go ahead and render. Now watch this. So just that quickly, we have a cell shader ready to go, but we have lots of settings we can tweak. So what we could do is go over to the shading button, and we can change how this whole thing works as far as the colors, the object. For example, currently the object is on shading mode, but we can do all kinds of things like display color. We can do custom color. I'll go ahead and just change this color real fast. And I'll go ahead and do another quick render. Actually, I'll go ahead and do a region render for this. I'll tear this off so we can just see what's going on here. I'll put this right here. We'll do a quick region render. And now we've changed the color of our object to this red here. But you'll notice that the background color up here in the top is still white. So let's go ahead and do a larger render region so I can incorporate the tank as well as the background. And we have that white back there. This is really, of course, helpful when you're doing compositing. And if you really want to make sure that you have no problems compositing, let's say in After Effects or another application, we can go ahead and make this black. And I'll do another quick render. Like so. That could be very helpful. All right, so as you see here, just the very basics of the material can be edited altogether. We also have the ability to work with the lines of our render. So we can choose what we want to see. For example, we can have the outline render, any overlapping lines, angles, materials, and more. So if you're not happy with some of these selections, we go ahead and turn them off and do another render. And you notice what happened here. Since we turned off the lines, all of them, as far as the ones that were selected, the folds, the creases, and the borders, which are important for this effect, especially the border, we got nothing. And I suggest, by the way, that when you are exploring and experimenting with this particular Toon renderer and shader, that you do have this region out so that you can quickly test little portions of your render instead of doing the entire thing, because you might take a while to find a style that matches what you have in mind. Now, of course, we can go over here too and deal with the line anti-aliasing. Currently mine is set to low. Of course, anti-aliasing is how clean these lines are and not jaggedy. So when you're ready for your final render, you might want to bump this up maybe to good or best. Now, you also have the ability to change not only the custom color of your object, but textures, backgrounds, and more. So what I'm going to do is in the next lesson, we're going to start to talk about actually playing around with not the render settings, but we're going to double click on our material and start to tweak this so we can see how we can play around with different effects like ink brushes, marker, sketches, and more.